54. And we'll send you now to Miami.
Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, Kansas City Chiefs taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, many had ordained the Kansas City Chiefs to be the best team in the NFL coming into the season, and now here they are, one game away from their first Super Bowl title since Super Bowl IV 50 years ago.
And we'll get to that in just a minute, but how about this? This is their 5th straight playoff appearance. They went to overtime with New England in the AFC title game last year. Remember, they were down big at the half, came all the way back and had a chance to win, lost in overtime. Finally climbed that mountain and got back. And do you remember Super Bowl IV against Minnesota? Remember Hank Stram as their coach? On the sidelines, mic'd up for the first time. That really gave us a lot of what we have now with NFL films. What a terrific performance by that Kansas City team, and they blew away the Vikings in that game.
Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings are back in the
Mitchell Super Bowl victory, partner. They're 0-4 in their previous visits. Super Bowls 4, 8, 9, and 11. And, boy, they had some great teams, too, didn't they? Bud Grant was their head coach, Fran Tarkenton, a quarterback, Alan Page and the Purple People Eaters on defense. They were all Hall of Famers. And don't forget Paul Krause. He's a very proud member of that great secondary they had. So we're going back more than 40 years since their last visit. You think the state of Minnesota is excited about this one? I know they are. They're ready to get this one going.
The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Play action now. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and he'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Working out of the gun, Cousins going deep for Diggs, and the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script. If they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
Watch out for Hill on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes going to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Not that time for Watkins. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the 27, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Speaking of Damian Williams, great Super Bowl type of a game.
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground and a touchdown? Probably not. Did I see him catching one as well, 133 yards of total offense? Probably not. But give him his due, because now, in his postseason career, which is 6 games, 5 of them with Kansas City, 1 with Miami, he scored 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
So on the big stage, the big lights, he produces, and he actually won the battle between undrafted free agent running backs, because his total versus Raheem Mostert, who ran for, I believe, 58 yards and a touchdown for San Francisco, advantage Kansas City, advantage Damian Williams.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. These two teams all tied after 1. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now Cousins, and the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Rashad Breeland there defensively and able to knock that one down to the ground. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Oh, he shifts past him, and he's got some space here. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play callers.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
So that one will be accepted.
Next to score, Vikings 14. Chiefs 7. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
23 yards on the play. 9 catches, 105 yards for Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl, and he likely had the biggest play of the game, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. 44-yard catch on 3rd and 15. Usually you're trying to just find enough space to get over the sticks, right? Get a 16, 18-yard gain, which is difficult in and of itself. But 44 yards on 3rd and 15. San Francisco had contained him so well throughout the game because you know what it's like with Tyreek Hill. When he catches the ball, you better surround him or he'll break a big one. Finally does it at the key point, and that starts the comeback for Kansas City. Paved the way for the first of 3 KC touchdowns in the 4th quarter. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught.
And look at this, it's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. So they go on. Fourth down, not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through you, get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, that one complete to Hill. Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 55 yards as his guys are back within a single score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A give to Cook out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Throwing, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along.
And he's loose again. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.